lives, eats, sleeps, breathes the game, understands the game, and understands and knows how to build a team from the ground up. Heck, from the top down. Actually, I think is probably the better way to put it. From the top down. Who knows what a real GM looks like? Who knows what a real scouting department looks like? Who knows what it takes for a head coach to be picked? Once that happens, then we can hold the Bears to the standard of trying to compete for a Super Bowl, trying to compete for championships, trying to compete on a high level. Because right now, it's just not in the cards. And I don't know if it will be in the next handful of years. Some dark times are ahead for the Chicago Bears. And unfortunately, it's all due to their own mistakes, which is the real sad part of it. Changing gears ever so slightly here. Patrick, I have not forgotten you. Patrick, our friend from the Knights of the Video Game Table podcast, as well as the host of the It Be Like That podcast. You can find them on iTunes as well. Search those podcasts to find him. Patrick, he has been emailing us in. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to get to his emails. Simply recapping the several losses that the Raiders have had over the past couple of weeks, coming out of their bye. Certainly losses to the Browns, the Seahawks, and I'm going to be preemptive here, and the loss to the Broncos. So they've been taken on the chin, as probably anybody else can see. So they're certainly in line and in great position for that number one draft pick coming in the 2015 draft. So that is the bright spot, and if that organization certainly wants to make the turn, well, I know that I think they can. I think he'll echo a lot of the sentiments that I've spouted here over the past quarter hour. In other news, Chicago White Sox have the Rookie of the Year winner in Jose Abreu. Unanimous first-place votes for him, so congratulations to him, and we hope that he does continue a sterling career. Goes on to have a sterling career here with the Chicago White Sox for a long time, so that's really nice to see. The sixth Rookie of the Year to be a Chicago White Sox, so I'm very happy about that. The Cubs organization, well, they're getting set and positioning themselves for the free agents. Russell Martin did meet with the Cubs front office, and we'll see what happens there. No word yet of any signing, but he has met, as I say, with the Cubs front office, was impressed, and is certainly probably the best, one of the better free agents out there that the Cubs should be looking at. Certainly his leadership, being on consecutive playoff teams, going from the Dodgers to the Yankees to the Pirates, and wherever he seems to go, the playoffs seem to follow. So that could be a very nice little boat for the Cubs there. And just to stay down, because, well, that's pretty much how this show is going to wrap up, I guess. Derrick Rose, I don't understand him. And if Chicago fans and Bulls fans want to boo him, I really don't have a problem with it. This is a guy who has no optics for the situation, has no awareness for his situation, has no idea what he says or the meaning behind the words that he happens to say. This is a guy that's been well too protected, so much so to a fault. This is somebody that just doesn't understand the situation that he's in. What do I mean by that? He came into today and during a presser happened to say that if he sits out, it's not for his body now, but for his body for the future, so that he can sit pain-free through graduations and meetings after his career. Now, what are you talking about? You are a $250 million item. You have more money than God, and that more than any average American, more than 99.99% of Americans and the world will ever see in their lifetime. Your job is to play a basketball game. You, sir, Derrick Rose, and your compadres and your team of brain trust, or lack thereof, is a complete farce. You are a joke, and you have no idea how bad it can get for you here in Chicago. Is that a threat? No. You could go from being that nice little packaged hometown boy that can lead the Bulls back to a championship to a complete and utter failure. And right now, that's all you've been for your entire NBA career. A failure. You have missed 2 seasons due to injuries. Anyone can have any opinion on you. If you think you're Chicago tough, fine. That's nice and good. But those that do have it tough in Chicago you have no comprehension to what they go through. You have no idea what it means to be quote-unquote Chicago tough. Am I flexing some sort of internet muscle here? Hell no. I know I've had it privileged in some circumstances. I know I've had gifts handed to me, and I've had things where I've been in a very lucky situation for most of my life. But I work hard right now and every day of my life for my family. If your brain trust thought that this was a great idea to say that you're saving your body for after your career, if you're trying to follow in some sort of NFL-esque footsteps or some beleaguered NBA player who's a 25-year vet and whose toes can't cross straight or stay straight, no, you're not that player yet. You're not that good. You haven't earned that. You're not an NFL player. You're not anybody. You're a bum as far as anyone else is concerned because you haven't won squat. Your awards mean nothing because the only thing that matters in the NBA are titles. That's what matters. LeBron has more than you. How are you going to hold up to that? Kobe has more than you. You can't even live up to MJ. You can't even live up to Kobe. You can't even live up to LeBron. You're a bum. You're no better than Allen Iverson. And guess how many championships he has? That's right, the big goose egg. Derrick Rose, you're nothing more than a cheaply marketed you're just a cheaply marketed pair of shoes as far as I'm concerned. You're marketed as some hometown boy to come out and help Chicago come back. I don't care if you are a hometown boy. Michael Jordan isn't a hometown boy. He's from North Carolina. And guess what? He's beloved because he won championships. You're not beloved because you haven't won championships. Get some street cred by winning some freaking championships, and then you can talk about how hard and how bad you have it. As far as I'm concerned, I would not care if John Paxton traded your bum ass to any team in the West and just sent you there and let the dogs feast on you. Let that NBA West eat you alive, because that's exactly what would happen if you were in the NBA West. You couldn't survive one season out there. Right now, you're more of a headache than anything in the Bulls organization. You're a bigger problem than Tom Thibodeau not learning to be able to not resting his normal players, his starters. I don't know who you have on your brain trust. I don't know who is giving you your advice. I don't know who is telling you to say what. But as far as I'm concerned, they're doing a really garbage job of having your back. They're making you look like the biggest horse's butt that's out there. And you know exactly what I'd rather say, but I don't, because it's more of a family show. And that's fine, and I will gladly accept that. You are an insult and you're a joke to all Bulls fans out there. You're one of the biggest reasons why the Bulls can't get over themselves. And frankly, I think the Bulls would be better off if you weren't even on the team anymore, if you were traded, and I think they would win a championship faster without you than with you, because what have we gotten so far? A whole lot of nothing. It's been an angry show. I'm sorry for that. I don't mean to stay angry, and I don't like to be angry at some of the things that we consider outlets for ourselves here in sports. So I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going to hope the anger dissipates over the next couple of days. And, well, we'll certainly try to talk to you next week. Survivor Series, I've been trying to catch up on WWE. Certainly a lot of fun things happening for Survivor Series. But, I don't know. I'd almost rather have Brandon's opinion on the things that are going on right now. Again, hope he feels better, gets better, and hope work calms down for him so that he is able to join us next week. And would love to preview Survivor Series before it does actually get here. So until then, I will talk to everybody next week. There's a lot of work that has to be done in a lot of the organizations here in Chicago. There's a few that have it and understand what needs to be done for those changes to take place, and unfortunately there's those that don't. And right now we're getting a good look at those teams that do not have a clue on how to fix what their problems are. Till next time, this is Matt for Chicago Sports Update and IAP Podcasts.
Thanks for listening to Chicago Sports Update here on Intrepid Audio Productions. You can find us on Facebook and Twitter by searching IAP Podcasts, all one word. We make it easy to listen to us at home or on the go because you can subscribe to us via iTunes or on your browser at Spreaker.com. Listen to us on the go with the Stitcher Radio app, available for all smartphones. Want to interact with the team directly? Leave any questions, comments, or feedback you may have at our Facebook page. You can also like our page to know about special events, shows topics, and listen directly on our page to new and past episodes. Feel free to email us anytime at iappodcast@gmail.com. IAP Podcasts, pioneering the best in independent podcasting.